first round.
Joining us now on Don's Player, a man who really needs no introduction to Wimbledon fans, 88 Cup winning manager Bobby Gould. You couldn't miss a night like this, could you?
Oh, no way. I actually went and saw the game up at Milton Keynes last year as well. We took the TalkSport people with us. Tonight I've been invited to work for BT, so it's a game that's beyond all my dreams, to be perfectly honest.
And the Wimbledon manager now, Neil Ardley, what memories do you have of him as a youngster?
A very quiet young man, very dedicated, wanted to know a lot about the game. Technically was far advanced of us because we were the long ball team, weren't we? We didn't need much control, we just needed to put the ball in the right areas. But Neil has gone away, become a great student of the game, and is embellishing that with his man management style at this moment.
Someone else he's got a great deal of respect for as well, who you know very well, Terry Burton, big influence on him, yeah?
Terry, yes, I was at the training ground, Richardson Evans, and I said to Don Howe, I'm looking for a youth team coach, and he says, there's only one, Terry Burton. We furthered that and invited him to come and join us, became a member of the staff, and it all speaks for itself what Terry Burton did for Wimbledon Football Club, which was quite magnificent.
And of course 25 years on since that great day at Wembley, and you came down here this summer, didn't you, and gave a talk and came back and say with some of the old players? Yeah,
we had a wonderful evening when we actually watched the playback of the Wembley victory, and to be perfectly honest, and a lot of people out there might not know this, but I'd never seen that before. So it was the first time I'd ever watched the replay of the video, and it was quite eye-opening really, and I never ever realised how well John Fashanu played. He was awesome. On the day, I think you concentrate, there's so much going on, and perhaps I didn't identify that, and all of a sudden then I had this opportunity to watch a video of the game, and he blew me away. He really blew me away. He covered every inch of Wembley, and what he did for the team, I never thought he had it in him, in his fitness and his mental ability as well. But he was stunning. Absolutely stunning.
It's strange because in this modern day and age we get to see things played back so quickly now. It's taken a while for you actually to be able to sit down and take time and digest the game and look back over it again, yeah?
Yeah, I think you win and sometimes you get carried away with everything, like you rightly said, but for 25 years never watched it. That, you know, it doesn't make sense really, but that's the honest truth, and I'm glad I watched it now. Because the next time I see Fash, I will plant a right big kiss on his forehead.
And I suppose it's also about defence as well. I mean, because I remember the great defence you put together that year on a budget. And Neil's done it with his own squad this year. He's brought in experienced people like Andy Frampton, Alan Bennett. It's good to have that as a bedrock of a side, yeah? Yeah,
I think as a manager, you go and watch players and you assign yourself to saying that's the quality we want, that's the ability we want, and he would fit in well. Of course, as time moved on with Wimbledon, you know, we wanted to play the long ball game. We hurt teams, and then we started to mature and players get better, technically and skillfully. But the opposition still didn't like the way we played, but it gave us a lot of satisfaction. And I went and found players and brought them into the football club, and then with Terry Burton with the youth department and me, and then Don Howe in the middle coaching, you know, we had a perfect backroom staff. And I asked Brian Clough in 1981 what he would do. I was a young manager coming into the game at Bristol Rovers, and said, Brian, what would you do? He says, make sure your backroom staff's right. And it took me 7 years from 1981 to 1988 to do that. When I did it, I won the FA Cup with Wimbledon.
Of course, you had a great right-hand man alongside you as well, a man of enormous experience, Don Howe as well. He played a big part, didn't he?
Magic, really is. Really is. I miss him very much. But he's in a situation where, you know, in life we all go our own different ways as we get a little bit older. But I do miss his company.
You're talking about putting a good backroom staff together. I think Neil's done that this summer. He's stamped his mark on the side here now, and also, as you said as well, bringing through players from the community. He was a player that came through Wimbledon's youth system. I think he's trying to do that as well, develop players from within. Yeah.
I'm here tonight and we're watching Coventry City, and I've gone through Coventry City with to come tonight. And if you look, there's 7 or 8 players that are in their youth setup, which speaks volumes. It's a sad, sad night for me to see 2 clubs that I've managed in the position they are in. It's a very, very, because these clubs should never have been in there. They should never be down there, but they are, and now they've got to rebuild. And the way they're going about it with the 2 managers, Stephen Presley is brilliant, he is magnificent, and he is a true football person, just like Neil. Hopefully they can bed everything down and make this way up the table to get where these clubs deserve to be. Because when Wimbledon was in the first division and in the Premier League, we were never out of the top 10. And that has to be something, and people have to answer questions. Why then did we drop out so quickly?
That's very true. And one thing I need to get your view on as well, very early stages in the stage as well, very much in the consultation stage, and we've got the right man at the helm at the moment in Eric Samuelson, but club looking to get back to Plough Lane one day. It's gradually taking more steps coming forward. That would be the final piece of the jigsaw, really.
It would be perfectly honest. I've driven through Wimbledon today on the way there and here, and I've got to say, to go back up there would be fantastic. It really would. As well as what Wimbledon have done here, AFC Wimbledon, it would be lovely to go back home.
And it wouldn't, of course, in the modern day of football as well, it has to be about community, involving everybody in a community on the ground.
But we're in a situation where everybody understands that and you relate that. And that's what football clubs are. They're not for one person, they are for the community. And that's what people have got to understand. This football club and all the other football clubs are for the community of the people that live there, not one person.
Bobby, it's been absolutely brilliant talking to you tonight, and I suppose you've got a foot in both sides of the fence here. But
I can't lose tonight.
Exactly.
I can't lose.
It's been fantastic catching up with you. Thanks very much indeed, Bobby Gould.
Great pleasure.